Subscribe to Smartphone Tutorials and hit the notification bell icon to get instant notification. Hey guys, welcome to another video. And if you remember a couple of days back, the video which we made, how to install any custom ROM on the K20 Pro, the ROM that we used as an example in that video was Evolution X. And guess what? I did use this ROM for 2 days as my daily driver, and I definitely use the K20 Pro as a work phone, so a lot of things have to work for me to use any custom ROM as a daily driver. So this would be a very honest and real life sort of review that you would see here. I will be sharing quickly a lot of things like what has my experience been, how good or how bad has it been, what are the plus signs and what is negative, and all other things. So we will talk about that. I won't make this a 5-point ROM review system which we are known for, but that will come maybe a month later because those videos are lengthy and it takes time to make them. So anyways, today's video is the quick review of Evolution X for the Redmi K20 Pro. Now before we begin, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a video. And we have a Discord server for all the 3 channels that I have in the link mentioned in the description. So go ahead and check that out as well. Now without further ado, hello awesome people. Welcome to Smartphone Tutorials. My name is Kailash. Let's begin. Alright guys, so it's time to review Evolution X. Now this ROM I have been using on this particular phone, the Redmi K20 Pro, for the last 2 to 3 days, and it has been serving me pretty well. Now to tell you the truth, I am a big fan of custom ROMs, the whole idea that this particular channel exists. But what I would like to share here is that I have been somewhat hesitant to move to custom ROMs on this particular device because this is my main phone, so I do use it for work and other activities as well. But let's have a quick look at the build number and basic things of this particular ROM. So first things first, if we look at the build number, this is what it is, and this is the latest version of Evolution X which I've just flashed say 2 days back. Now what I really like, this is something really important. Google feed to the left in any launcher is really interesting for me. I like using that, and the pixel-esque launcher that we have. So if we look, you have styles and wallpapers over here wherein you can choose different wallpapers, and the first thing that strikes to you whenever you are using a custom ROM on this particular device is that the smoothness. Now MIUI 12 is amazing. It has all the features you would ever need on a stock ROM, but what happens is it is a heavy operating system of sorts, which leads to slight stutters, lags, despite this device having a Snapdragon 855. Now that is where the advantage of custom ROM comes in. If you look at something as simple as pulling down the notification drawer or the app drawer, or even, for example, launching an app, the animations are very subtle and smooth. Now initially when I started using custom ROMs on this device, I did have a few issues, like the auto brightness was all over the place. The fingerprint scanner would sometimes work and sometimes it would not work, especially under low brightness. Apart from this, voice over Wi-Fi, that is Wi-Fi calling, was not working earlier as well. So before we deeply dive into the review, what I would like to share here is that these 3 features are working with 90 to 95% accuracy. That means you can actually use Evolution X as a daily driver. Now when you go to settings, you will be greeted with the Android 10 settings, if you will. My noise shots are connected here, my watch is connected, all the things are connected. I'm using this phone with dual SIM cards, of course, and data connection on both of them. So basically this device is fully loaded with all the apps that I regularly use. And first things first, let me actually go to the gallery and show you a couple of screenshots. Alright, so I took this screenshot when the phone was at 4%. And if you have a look, we had 3 hours and 45 minutes of screen on time, which over an entire day is pretty good, because if you have a look, I've had 3 hours and 45 minutes of voice calls. I've been using WhatsApp for a very long time because that's where a lot of my work chats happen, and YouTube Vanced, I listen to a lot of music on YouTube Vanced as well. So all in all, it easily gets me through an entire day of work. which is the first thing I look at, because if after having a 4000 milliamp hour battery and a Snapdragon 855 you cannot get through to a day in 100% battery, I don't think the device is good enough. Now the second highlight of this particular ROM is that it comes with ANX camera. All the features work just fine. I've tried slow-mo recording, I have tried the wide angle camera, and the photo quality is on spot as good as MIUI 12. So it basically gives you the best of both worlds. So you get the stock camera on a custom ROM. Now apart from this, as I mentioned, the animations and the smoothness is there. But what really shines on Evolution X is the customization. If you dive into settings, you would have something called as the evolver. There you go. Now, the moment you jump into this particular option, there is a ton of options that you have. For example, you have themes, status bar, notification, quick settings, power menu, gestures, lock screen, navigation, animations, and miscellaneous. Now that was everything related to work. Let me tell you something about gaming. Now there are two games which I play a lot. I think a lot of us play these two games a lot. One would be PUBG Mobile and another would be Call of Duty Mobile. Now I have tried both the games on this particular ROM, and I have also tried Asphalt 9, and I can assure you the games run much smoother compared to how it would on MIUI. The device doesn't heat up that much, and you can get good battery life compared to MIUI when it comes to gaming on this particular ROM. We were talking about the evolver. I would not want to go into the details of each and every settings, because the deeper you dive when it comes to customization, the more customization options you get. Now, as far as a custom ROM and customization is concerned, I think Evolution X has it all. You have almost all the customizations you need. You have these beautiful Android 10 gestures which work smoothly as ever. You have live wallpaper support. Even this is a live wallpaper for that matter. So yeah, all in all, be it work or play, be it charging quickly and the battery lasting all day, Evolution X does the job pretty well. Now you would say that I'm saying that this ROM is perfect and it doesn't have its downsides. Well, there are two distinct issues that I have faced with this particular ROM. But before that, I would just like to tell you I've not had any crashes, any random reboots or anything of that sort. Where I did actually have a problem is the fingerprint. Now, of course, you do have always on display. One aspect that I like and dislike about custom ROMs is you have always on display, but it is not highly customizable like you have it on MIUI. But as this phone comes with an in-display fingerprint scanner, now as you just saw, it worked instantly. So one quick workaround or trick that I would suggest is whenever you are enrolling your fingerprint on a custom ROM for the K20 Pro at least, enroll the same finger twice. Like I have enrolled my left and right thumb twice. That gives you quicker unlock and the unlock works more precisely. Now there were a couple of instances wherein because of dark conditions, the brightness had gone all the way down. So we are not on automatic brightness right now. I've turned it off. Now I have turned the brightness all the way down. So let's do this test if it works. There you go. So this is one random issue that I had once or twice that doesn't really make a lot of difference because I just had it once or twice. And apart from this, there is something called as DC dimming in settings display, which I had turned on, but then when I was on a WhatsApp video call, the screen was jumping between say 10% brightness and 50% brightness. So once I turned that off, that issue, anti-flicker mode, so that issue went away as well. Apart from this, if you look at the display option, you have lock screen display, you do have the dark mode, and you can customize the whole entire look of this particular ROM. Now, if you want me to make a dedicated video on the customization options of this particular ROM, let me know in the comment section. But I like to keep my reviews pretty precise, to the point, rather than making some b-rolls and jumping around here and there and telling you things which don't really matter. My reviews would be on point, what you should expect from a custom ROM if you're going to use it as a daily driver. You have your gaming needs covered, your work needs covered, your battery life is good, the phone doesn't heat up, you have a good camera because it uses a stock cam, and a whole lot of things. Now that was the quick review for Evolution X. Let me know in the comment section, how did you like this new quick style of reviewing ROMs, wherein we don't really take a long time, but we tell you all the essential stuff. And if you have not already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so that you don't miss a video from Smartphone Tutorials. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off. Keep smiling, take care, goodbye.